Hello, hello. Welcome in to one more time. Case 3, or Turnabout Legacy. Let me check. Make my small checks. YouTube's going. Perfect. Oh, change that actually. Oop, perfect. Alright. Last time we left off basically back in the present after the what's it called? The second visit to the past, where we learned more things and there's yet more to be revealed. Guess we'll get right into it so I can look at stuff. My major thing was, why was the body preserved? If that makes sense. Because oh, what? Minty fragrance. Anyway, why was the body preserved so well over 18 years? Huh. Interesting. You know, that might be a kid with cancer type thing too, actually, now that I think about it. Or cryogenics, maybe. But I thought about, what if Artie Frost never died? Because the body was never found. Plenty to investigate still, though. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Notice anything? There's some kind of connection between our case and the IS-7 incident, isn't there, Mr. Edgeworth? It's still too early to say for sure, but I find it hard to believe that there's no connection at all. And IS-7 was your dad's case, right? So this can't be a coincidence. It's gotta be fate. The truth is ours for the taking, so let's go grab it and solve both cases at once. I appreciate the sentiment. I think our first order of business should be to find out where the ubiquitium came from. Gotcha. The red liquid with the minty smell. Let's ask around and see if anybody has any clues to offer. Forensics. The body's been taken back to the lab, sir. Autopsy's underway. And how's the rest of the fountain looking? Rather beautiful, actually, sir. The water's crystal clear and kinda soothing. Almost as if there wasn't a body floating in it and not so long ago. Yeah, it was quite crystal clear. Seems the police have already removed the body. But why did the body of the victim from 18 years ago turn up in the fountain? And why wasn't it rotten and stuff? Did it slowly shuffle its way here? Well, we're already back in the game questioning the same questions I have. Need I remind you that zombies aren't real? It seems likely that the body was preserved somehow. Really? Is that even possible? Hey, Mr. Forensics guy. Anything to report? Actually, wait. What's his age? Supposed age? Okay. Don't tell me. Fine. But preserved is a more likely scenario, actually, because he aged. Yes, ma'am. Traces of both ubiquitium and asphyxian have been detected in the fountain. I'm gonna say they were probably carried here by the stream from the autumn wing. Yeah. In addition to those two chemicals, there's also a large amount of sugar. Composition of sugar is being analyzed as we speak. There's sugar in the fountain. Where would it have even come from? That is true. There isn't any desserts being made yet. It's a sculpture of a brave warrior battling against a serpent. And did Paul Halik make this one too, Mr. Edgeworth? He did. It seems he was fascinated by fantasy and mythology when he was a young man. This piece embodies the tragic yet gritty determination of the young as they face an impossible situation. It's called the math test. Pythagorean theory, Python. Talk about relatable. It sure is. Statue of a man and a woman in old-timey clothes. It is caveman-esque. Hers is not nearly as much. Did Paul Hildy make these as well? Yes, it seems he created them later in his life. Once he had begun to make a name for himself. His wife pushed him to sculpt the two of them as ancient gods, and he couldn't say no to his beloved. Oh? The title is The Beautiful Goddess Venus and Her Humble Servant. Ah. Oh wow, talk about putting your goddess on a literal pedestal. Indeed. It's a man with a moon-shaped head, and a woman with a sun-shaped head. Over here. The man's got a real pained look in his eyes. Is this another Paul Hildy piece? Yes, from his younger years, when he was something of a dreamer. He depicted those closest to him by means of a motif taken from nature. The piece is titled, My Parents. I guess the mom showed brightest in the house. In that house. Okay. Ooh, the sugar? Mrs. Bounds' tea set is laid out neatly on the serving carts. Pamphlet says the gallery is famous for its tea. Understandably so. The cup we were given was delicious. High praise from an Edgeworth. Looks like all this stuff was designed by Mr. Frost. Interesting. In that case, I think we'd better take a closer look. What's under the tablecloth draped over the card is pure white and completely spotless. And it's just waiting for me to grab it by the edge, clear my mind, and... Okay, I cannot stress enough how bad of an idea that would be. Aw, come on. What's the worst that could happen? Even if it does go all sideways, we'll just wind up with a cool tea-colored tie-dye. Yes, well, I'd rather it remained white. Plus, I don't think Miss Bound would appreciate us meddling with it. Really, but there's so many other colors that would totally work. Pink, sky blue, tea leaves brown. This is not up for debate. Alright, So, this dishware was made by Artie Frost. It looks very fancy. Oh, it is. I'm willing to bet that this set can fetch something in the thousands of dollars. So, let's try not to touch any of it unless we absolutely have to. Whoa, this stuff's really worth that much? And she's serving it just like tea. Stop it, Kay. I can see your eyes lighting up. Miss Bound must really be a fan of Mr. Frost, like Fender said. To still have this. Yeah. Hey, Edgy! What is it? You be careful with that teapot, you hear? Why is Larry so concerned all of a sudden? Honored guests. I can pour you a cup if you like. Miss Bound. Judy. I'm good, thanks. No tea for me. You two knock yourselves out. Oh. Thank you for the offer. Yes, why not? A quick break won't hurt. 2 cups coming right up. This smells great. Oh, wow, it tastes even better than it smells. What type of tea is this, Mr. Edward? It's Ceylon, I believe. It's usually identifiable by its citrus aroma, but... Miss Bound, is this the same blend you served this morning? Oh, why, yeah. Is it alright? There isn't anything wrong with it, is there? her back with her very opera-esque reactions. Dramatic is the word I'm looking for. Oh, no, not at all. It's just that the cup you gave me earlier had a slightly different aroma. Ah. Really? That's all. I used the exact same blend both times. I can't see what could account for the difference. Oh, hey, what's the big idea? Quit being mean about Judy's tea, will you? Oh, what's gone under your skin, Lang? Nothing. You're just rude, that's all. You don't even try to call me by the right name. It's Larice du Nim, dang it. You know what? I'm done. I'm not talking to you anymore. Well, that was childish, even for him. Wow, what happened there? Let's ask him about it later, shall we? Talking to Miss Mountain is more of a priority right now. We may not have any evidence to prove that she's the culprit, but it does seem likely that the poison gas was her doing. Huh? Kinda on the nose with that one, huh? A caddy containing Ceylon tea leaves. It's a well-crafted tin canister designed to prevent moisture and sunlight from damaging its contents. Moisture and sunlight. Not a bad thing to use, considering the quality of the blend Miss Bound serves. Alright. He left! Damn it, I want to talk to Larry. Those are tulips by the door, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, it leads to the spring wing. Ah, spring! A popular time to move house. Which makes it open season for great thieves. Housebreaking is a little beneath a great thief, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I guess you're right. A tea stain. Oh, hey there, Miles Arena. What's the situation with the investigation? Things are progressing. I think a fuller picture of what is happening is beginning to emerge. Oh, good to hear. Guess I better step up my game too then. Ah, the two incidents. This case seems to have a lot in common with the incident from 18 years ago. Oh, and how? It's got the lot. Melting statues in the winter wing, and even the murder victim's body. But how did nobody ever figure out that the body had gone missing? Oh, Frost had no family apart from his son. And, well, the kid kind of vanished. Nobody's seen him since around the time of the incident. Ah. It's his son? Gusto's son, too. Him and his best pal from school both just up and disappeared. That's... What? And they were never found. Gusto's boys wasn't, not as far as I heard anyhow. Guess Frost's kid turned up in the end though. He collected his inheritance at some point. But yeah, with no family around just after the incident, Frost got no funeral, no nothing. So, no need for the police to release the body. It goes so hard. Why does it go so hard? I don't know. It goes so hard. And no need for anyone to find out that they didn't have it. They filed their fake autopsy report, and nobody was any the wiser. Well, almost nobody. I still can't believe Mr. Von Karma would have stooped so low. Ah, that's debatable. He definitely would stoop that low. Why is there a lift car just sitting out here in the open? Guess somebody must have moved something heavy, huh? The top of the platform seems to be wet. Whoa, you know. Got a funny feeling I've seen this thing somewhere before. You mean like 18 years ago? Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. I last saw it in Frost's room. It was, yep. He must have used it to move the ice sculptures around. It's It's one of those fancy numbers where you can change not only the platform's height, but even its angle. And if you have one of these, you can move giant lumps of ice around no sweat. The top of the platform is wet. Oh, just think of the possibilities. I could really use one of these. For what? Still doesn't explain what it's doing here, though. A bit of a head-scratcher. But we should give it a think, huh? Indeed. After all, it just might have something to do with our case. They put sunflowers by the door. Nice. A fitting adornment for the entrance to the summer wing, I suppose. Summer is also vacation time. And every great thief knows that means tourists with bulging wallets. Pickpocketing, Kay? Isn't that a little beneath a great thief? Yeah, maybe you're right. No mention about... Oh, wait, there we go. From the color and aroma, I'd say this is a puddle of spilt tea. And look, there's a small chunk of ceramic in it. Okay. I guess somebody must have broke it. I know that insignia, and a certain high-strung somebody just might know a little something too. Okay. Mr. Winter was very clear that you're only allowed to investigate in this room, sir. So I'm afraid I can't let you pass. Sorry, sir. It wouldn't make much of a difference if you did, officer. You're standing in front of a wall. Oh, but we all know a few bricks won't stop you, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, sir. Oh, wow. He actually sounds kind of scared of you. Hey, a few bricks won't stop me. Just what kind of reputation do I have down at the precinct? What? Seems the elevator is only accessible to a select individuals. I wonder what's upstairs. Among other things, the medical room. That's where Mr. Gusto is being treated. I hope he's alright. I've got some questions that need answering as soon as he wakes up. Since there's no way of knowing when that might be, we should explore other avenues in the meantime. It's a selection of trophies, or rather, Artie Frost. Evidently, he was a very well-respected artist. Well, you've got one too, Mr. Edgeworth. You know, suddenly I'm having the premonition that this is about a get rich after you're dead case. So it's about time I won one too. Guess I'll have to find some thieving contests to enter. Or you could set something up with a nice ceremony at the end of all of that. Yes, followed by a swift round of arrests. Can I do the door? Thank you. The door here is marked with a nice autumny looking tree. And yet it leads to the winter wing. I suppose it's all part of the deception. I could steal the leaves if you like. Maybe make things a little more wintry. I think you'd better leave them alone, okay? Do you mind, Mr. Winter? You're in my way. I do mind, actually. And I'm not going anywhere. You'll just have to go around. Well, we just thought you might want to move to a better spot, that's all. What better spot? I demand you show it to me at once. Is that really all it takes to make you do whatever we want? Pretty likely for Winter. I mean, he is the winner after all. This thing in front of the door is a fir tree, right? Yes, that's usually associated with winter. But this door leads to the autumn wing. I suppose it's all part of someone's elaborate ruse. I could paint it red for that autumny feel. Evergreens stay green all year round, Kay, hence the name. Sure. I knew that. Oh, Gavel. Don't think you've gotten away with anything, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be reporting your actions to the committee. And do whatever you need to do, Judge Gavel. And we'll do the same. Them's fighting words. You are the self-styled Great Thief, correct? Mr. Edgeworth's association with such a character will be of interest to the committee, too, of course. Go ahead and report me to your stupid committee. I'll be the toast of the thieving committee. It looks like Judge Gavel will have to think up some new threats if she wants to intimidate Kay. Yeah. You ain't getting her. Alright. Hello there, dearie. Still investigating away, are you? Found anything interesting? No, dearie. Well, nothing much anyway. Silly girl. That wasn't a dearie moment. That was more of a lambkin. Sweetheart is for when you're being sympathetic, of course. And treasure is for when they're in a tizzy. Love is for people you're not that keen on. And petal you use when you're trying to get someone's attention. Oh, wow. I didn't realize there were so many rules. Mr. Edgeworth, petal. I hope you're getting all this down. Don't even try it, Kay. Oh, dearie me. Oh, that was nice. Oh, Larry. I'm going to keep this simple, Larry. You're hiding something, so just tell me what it is. Larice. Whoa, quit it with the glare off, you two. It's weird. Aw, come on, Kay. You know me better than that. I wasn't staring. I was struck by an idea for a picture. And now Edgy, he was glaring. Yes, and I'll keep glaring at you until you tell us what it is you're hiding. Ah, quit it. I already told you I'm not talking to you anymore. You're talking to me right now. I mean, from now on, I'm not talking to you ever again, starting now. This is getting me nowhere. I suppose I'll have to figure out what he's hiding first before I can get the whole truth out of him. Let me change my headset battery. Should be back. Perfect. What are you hiding? Come on, Larry. What are you hiding? Not saying. Look, you two. This is no time for kids' games. Well, I certainly wasn't playing. It's pretty clear that Reese isn't going to talk. Oh, he'll talk. Don't you worry about that. I need to know what Larry is... Yes. What Larry is hiding, huh? But first... A 1. Where were you before you rejoined us here, Miss Bound? I had to go until our visitors were closed. Oh, and hand out a little something in apology. Huh. Was there something you wanted to talk to me about? Yes, a few things, actually. Not least of all, the fact that I think you might be the one who set the poison gas trap. Okay. I must admit, I was a little surprised to learn that Gregory Edgeworth's son had become a prosecutor. But then, I'm sure a lot has happened since then. Yes, that much is certainly true, though I'll spare you the details, because it would be detrimental. And yet, the two of you are so alike. You may have chosen different paths, but I can tell you're every bit as righteous and noble as he was. That's very kind of you to say. When it came to his work, my father always had the strength of his convictions. But right now, I'm like a ship lost at sea. I'm not even sure which way to go, let alone who I should be. They're kind of really foreshadowing this change is a change to the defense. The original ice sculptures melted 18 years ago, correct? How did you manage to recreate them? Oh, you know about what happened back then, hmm? In that case, you might also know I took pictures of them during the contest. I commissioned the creation of a set of replicas based on those photographs for this current exhibit. But why go through with the trouble of creating replicas? Mr. Bound's Zodiac series was his great unfinished masterwork. I wanted to see it completed at last. Or rather, recompleted. It was my fault that the original set melted in the first place after all. I see. No, why is she pointing? That's a weird hand pose for a... What's it called? Like she's trying to hold something, but that isn't currently there. I see. And is there any particular reason why the winter and autumn wings look so similar? Oh my, you really think they look alike? Perhaps I used some of the decorations from one and the other by accident. She's clearly lying. But I don't have the evidence to prove it just yet. Okay, huh. It's the only thing we have. I didn't think so. There's no logical conclusion between the two. Okay. Okay. I think we can present her... We can ask her about this. The hunt is on. The truth will come out. But I don't know what that's about. Pink. I guess we're going to find out. Have I inadvertently stumbled onto the set of Cake Crimes, the musical or something? Oh, that was great, actually. I don't know what that's about. What are you hiding? Would you mind taking a look at this for me, Larry? Why would you show that to me? Tell me, what is it about Miss Bound's tea set that's got you so agitated? If you won't tell me, then perhaps you prefer to explain it to Judge Gavelle. Oh, wait! Don't make me look bad in front of Verity. She thinks I'm a sensible, cool, clean-cut guy. Uh-huh. That's how he interpreted that. I was like, he definitely wants to talk to Judge Gavelle. Not when he's embarrassed. I don't want her to see the real me. The real low-down, dirty me. I'm not so sure anybody here thinks you're particularly clean-cut, Larry. But that is a brutal statement. But if you don't want her to think badly of you, the best thing you can do is talk to me. Alright, I'll talk, man. What are you hiding? Enough is enough. Now confess. Whoa! Is that any way to treat your best friend, Edgy? Is this any way for you to treat yours? By lying to him, hiding things? Get the picture already, man. So stop glaring at me like that. I'll tell you everything, okay? Earlier I thought Verity might like a cup of tea, so I went to pour one for her. But I got distracted and my hand slipped and, well, smashed. I broke the teapot. A priceless work of art. It's in pieces because of me. The teapot? Whoa. But there's another. And no words exist to describe how far away I saw this coming from. Ouch, you really messed up this time, Larice. See, everyone's going to think less of me now. Judy's never going to forgive me for this. Crying to me won't do you any good. I think you need to apologize to Miss Bound. He gets on his hands and knees. My teapot. I see. I'm sorry, Judy. I'm so sorry. I don't have any money, but I'll paint you a portrait. I'll paint you 50 portraits. Please, Mr. Dunin. It's really me who should be apologizing. How could I have failed to notice that there were broken pieces of ceramic on the floor? Uh-huh. Not bothered to be worried about it. Is that the one with the what's it called, though? Somebody could have been hurt. Here, let me make sure that's safely disposed of. The teapot in question was designed by Artie Frost, correct? I understand it was something you've long treasured. You must be upset. Oh, I am. Look at these tears. But of course, all things break eventually. Not entirely. Just as luck would have it, I have another identical teapot. It's far from the end of the world. Huh. Is she less attached to Mr. Frostwork than she used to be? I can't believe this, Judy. You're the sweetest, the kindest. Ah. This other teapot you're talking about is the one sitting on top of the cart right now, right? What do you mean? Yeah, so when I smashed the first one, I tried to hide the pieces in the bottom of the cart. And that's when I saw that other pot under there. So I took it out and basically switched the two pots. Oh, I see. Yep, and that's everything I have to tell you. I'll be extra careful not to break the other one, I promise. You have no shame whatsoever, do you? I'm sorry? Oh, it's really quite alright. Thank you for being so honest. Uh-huh. And once again, Larry is our big reveal for the truth. See, Edgy, isn't Judy the absolute best? I trust you won't take advantage of her kindness and will make amends somehow. I sure will. Once I make it as an artist, I'm going to give her one of my paintings. She was one of my models, after all. It's only fair. Aww. At this rate, I suspect he's likely to make more trouble than amends. Don't you think it would be better for you to keep out of her way for a very long time? Oh, but I will be keeping out of her way because I sketched her and the others already. Her and the others. Keen to see my work, huh? Yeah, I drew a few great sketches of some ravishing beauties. Wanna see? Yes, I mean, what? Interesting. Interested in Larissa's ravishing beauties, huh, Mr. Azrren? I'm afraid you've greatly misjudged Kay. I simply wish to see if Larry has captured any unusual details this time, too. Unusual details? Nothing's unusual about these. They're my best work yet. Ah, really? Now I want to see them, too. Aw, you're a sweetheart, Kay. Ah, she wants to see the ravishing beauties, huh? Alright, let me dig them out for you. Give me a sec, okay? I suppose we might as well look. Huh? So, these sketches of yours. Seriously, Edgy, if you want to check out my art, you should have just said so from the get-go. Here, feast your eyes on this. Oh? Does she have that? Honestly, he's not a bad artist either. Oh, that's the real part. I need to look at Judge Gavel's character. I don't remember having that thing, the latch to holster her coat or whatever. There's the candies. What am I looking at here? And also, Miss Scone is highly suspicious. I told you already, ravishing beauties. He's a good artist. Just a few of the fair faces that caught my eye since I've been here, you know? That's Verity and Judy and, somebody else. Why did you draw them all on the same page? Oh, well, I meant to draw the room at first. Just something to pass the time. That is not a... That's a different card. That's the card in the back. For the body or an ice block. I love that he has stars for everybody too, actually. And then I saw one beauty and another, and well, I just scribbled them all down as I went. So these were all drawn at different times. Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess. I did one of you too, Kay. You're on a different page, though. Oh, wow, you did? I'm flattered. How true to life are these sketches? Did you only draw what you actually saw? Of course. You think I draw things I can't see? Like using my imagination? Nope. These are 100% true to life. Right down to the exact shade of each color. Well, you know his color matching is pretty fucking good too. Also, his shading and face work, goddamn. So the colors are accurate. Interesting. That is a slight. Much as it pains me to admit it, Larry may have provided me with a useful piece of evidence yet again. Yet again. The serving card in the sketch, for example. If I compare it to the one here in the room, there's a clear contradiction between the two. I think a little deduction is in order. Could I borrow this page for a while, Larry? Sure thing. You want me to sign it for you? Just the page, please. Uh-huh. She does have that, huh? It is like the latch for the cloak, but... Huh. Alright. I could talk to Miss Scone. Did she have anything to say, or... Hello there, dearie. Yeah, okay. Mr. Edgeworth Petal. Alright. Oh, wait, I can deduce, though. Let me deduce, maybe. The tea smells different, and switch teapots. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. I suspect the difference in aroma we notice is due to the teapots having been switched. Oh, you do? I can't see what else it could have been. The tea itself hadn't changed. Why don't we ask Miss Bound, just to be sure? Miss Bound, the difference in aroma we notice. You think it could have been because of the different teapot? I suppose so. My cup just now had a subtle, minty scent. Rather like, Yuva tea. Oh, I just remembered. I made some peppermint tea in that pot only yesterday. That must be where the minty aroma is coming from. Aha! Just now? Could they really be it? The tea from the teapot Larry switched in from under the cart smelled faintly of mint. Right, Miss Bound said she used that pot to make peppermint tea yesterday. Yes, but there's something else that's been troubling me. Miss Bound seems more taken aback by the switching of the teapots than the breaking of the one. Nope, you're right. You'd expect it to be the other way around. I suspect she might have been deliberately hiding the teapot under the cart. But why? One of Ubiquium's key characteristics is its minty fragrance. So, what if she had been hiding some in that teapot? Oh, what? In the teapot? It's simply a possibility, but one worth investigating, I believe. Mr. Winner, any luck finding that Ubiquium? Ha! Oh! My people are searching the entire gallery, but they haven't found anything yet. And what about you? Don't tell me you know where it came from. I may have an idea. Ha! I knew it! If you can't find it, there's no chance. Useless. What? You do know where it came from. Yeah? Where? Miss Bound's teapot. Oh, wow! Nice piece. I like it. Yeah, this looks like a fitting prize for a natural-born winner. It's not a prize, it's a vital piece of evidence. Oh, it's just evidence? Then I'll have one of my forensics people check it out. Aha. Thank you, actually. Because I need your assistance. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Is there some sort of problem with my teapot? Uh-huh. Possibly. The minty fragrance we noticed coming from it. So I think this is really solidifying that she is at least the person behind the poison gas and the recreation of everything. I don't know if that means there's a murdered person, though, from the past. I think it just might be the scent of one of the chemicals used to make the poison gas. But Mr. Edgeworth, surely you don't think I had anything to do with that? I'm afraid I do. The method used to create the gas would have required considerable preparation. Nobody would have had the time or the opportunity to set that up except you. That's not strictly true. It took around a week to get Zodiac Hall ready for the exhibition. And there were all kinds of people coming and going through here during that time. Alicia, for one. See, I'm not the only person who could have set it up. After all, Miss Scone is on our radar too, of course. You needn't worry about that. And besides, I wouldn't know the first thing about making poison gas. Wait. I did state it was poison gas. But. The method used to create the gas would have required considerable. We got her, coach. So even if you did find some ubiquium in my teapot, oh, who said it was ubiquium? I wouldn't have any idea what to do with it. But I suppose we should see what the test results say first. Miss Bound claims she doesn't know the first thing about making poison gas. I need to find a way to prove that she's lying. Uh-huh. Oh? Interrupted yet again. Edgeworth speaking. Sir, it's me. Is everything all right, Detective? Everybody's left the Winter Wing. It's just me in here now. Which means I can tell you what we found out. You really shouldn't be sharing information about the investigation. But after the past week or so, I'm not about to stop him now. Ah. The exhibits in here have all completed melted, sir. All that's left in the display cases is some stuff in the bottom. More of it in the Taurus case than in the Gemini case, though. Describe this stuff for me, if you can. Yes, sir. It's like a pale blue liquid. I had the lab run some tests just now. A sample from the Taurus case just had a bunch of sugar in it. But the one from the Gemini case had 3 different substances in it. Which were sugar, salt, and blood. Ah. Sugar, salt, and blood. Blood? What are salt and blood doing in the Gemini's case sample? Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'll get it tested right away, sir. Please do, Detective. Oh, I also spoke over the radio with a forensics guy working the found room. He said he just got word that the sugar they found in the found matches the sugar in the pale blue liquid. I see. That might well prove to be a significant development. That's how we prove the poison. Okay. Anything else to report, Detective? Yes, sir. We found one of those light-emitting devices here in the Winter Wing, too. Hey, I saw that. There were a few of those being used in the Autumn Wing to disguise it as a Winter Wing, as I recall. It seems that the equipment from 18 years ago is not more than just for show. I need to talk to Miss Scone about this. Anyhow, I better be getting back to it, sir. I'll let you know as soon as we hear from the lab about that blood. Yes, thank you, Detective. Was that Gummy? Seems like he had a lot to say. He did, and all of it very useful. If I'm going to prove that Miss Bound's claim about who could have set up that poison gas trap are false, I'll need to talk to somebody else who was here 18 years ago. Well. Oh, they just moved currently. But a Miss Scone. One, a Miss Scone. Miss Scone, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. Oh, of course, dear. Fire away. Anything for you, Milesy, Smilesy, and dear sweet little tooth decay. I'd appreciate if that was the last time you called me Milesy, Smilesy. I'm not a fan of tooth decay either. Well, you'll just have to like it or lump it. I can't change a nickname once I've settled on it. Oh, well, I guess I tried. Or we tried. Gallery decorations. What can you tell us about the various devices used to decorate the gallery's exhibits? There seems to be some pretty specialized items in use. Light-emitting devices, luminous fabrics. Oh, I can tell you all about those, dearie. After all, I'm the one who gave them to Moody Judy. Moody? Huh. Moody Judy is kind of a nickname. A Moody. Wow. It was my way of saying sorry after I broke the rules all those years ago. I brought her four lovely new salt lamps, and I gave her the 4 pieces of luminous cloth I used for the contest. That's her 5th one. Oh, wow, that's super generous of you. Well, us girls have to do our best. And don't we? Not everybody understands, of course. Whoa. That had better not be a dig at me, Delish. I told you how kind I thought that was. Yes, back when you were a dear, sweet, innocent baby boy. What happened to you? A dear, sweet, innocent baby boy? Mr. Fender, can't quite picture that, I have to say. So, these decorations. They're all the same as the ones you saw 18 years ago, correct? Yup. Salt lamps, growing fabric, light-emitting doodads, the whole bit. There were 4 luminous cloths in use in the Autumn Wing. But I'm sure I saw another one somewhere. I'm not lying. Oh, it's in my bag somewhere, I'm sure of it. What is she looking for? That's not it. And that's not it. That cloth looks familiar. Maybe I should jog her memory with something so Miss Scone will tell us more. Miss Scone, you're something of a specialist. How might someone learn to make the poison gas that was used in the attack? Any idea? Well, any pharmacist who's ever handled Infestide Ultra would know, for a start. After all, it says right there on the label, do not mix with products containing ubiquitin. Ever. But what about a layperson? It's unlikely they know, wouldn't you say? I suppose so, yeah. Well, not unless they had a nose. They had a nose through the Ultimate Cookbook, anyway. The prize from the contest 18 years ago. The recipe for making Infestide Ultra, along with the whole that not mixing with Ubiquium bit, is in there, you know? Wow. Huh. That means... Wait, that was a wild reveal. What? Not just pharmaceutical purposes? Okay. And the... what was it? The Tangaroa Corporation or whatever? Okay. So, you're familiar with the contents of the book? Oh, yes, dear. I know it inside out. Because I work for the Tangaroa Group, you see. We're the company behind Cold Killer X. I'm sure you've heard of it. Uh-huh. Cold Killer X. Fights back sniffles and sneezes with ease, apparently. After Sammy Poople was found guilty, the company took custody of the book. But they only grant their most trusted people access to it, of course. Which means Miss Scones is one of these elites, I suppose. Yeah. Way too revealing with information there. You had a piece of fabric like this in your bag. Did you not, Miss Scone? Albeit a somewhat grimier one. Grimy? How rude! You won't get people to cooperate with your little investigation like that, young man. Shall I call it a dish towel, then? Perhaps you used it to wipe up some sort of spillage. A spillage, he says. The cheek. That's a piece of highly specialized luminous cloth. Oh, I probably should have told you about that. I think I'd like to know a little more about this highly specialized luminous cloth, if you don't mind. Oh, why didn't you tell me Why didn't you want me to know you had a piece of luminous cloth in your bag? Oh, well, I suppose there's no point in hiding it now, is there? If you must know, I fished it out of the fountain. It was right before they called me in the autumn wing. So Larry's sketch of Miss Scone is of when she was trying to retrieve the cloth. At first, I thought it was one of the ones I'd given Moody Judy. One of the 4 you'd given to the gallery, correct? Exactly. But all 4 were being used in the autumn wing, weren't they? So I realized it must be the one that went missing all those years ago. I'd already had my Infestide Ultra pinched and used to make poison gas. If one of my cloths turned out to have been used in some sort of dastardly deed too, well, I was going to look guilty as sin, wasn't I? So I kept it hidden in my bag and hoped for the best. I see. Oh, it does feel good to get it off my chest, though. Stress is no good for the complexion. So, the cloth that disappeared 18 years ago, the one that the victim was wrapped in, just happened to reappear in the fountain at the same time as the body. Uh-huh. Why are they recreating the scene? Huh. In the Ultimate Cookbook. Oh, Judy. Have the evidence to prove it just yet. Was not what I wanted to talk about. What would we prove out to her? Oh my, is that me? Yes, it was a painting by the so-called artist over there. It's wonderfully drawn. Would you mind if I kept it? I'm sorry, Miss Bound. I'm afraid it's an important piece of evidence. Oh, I see. That's a shame. I suppose Larry's charm is something of a talent if he can impress a gallery owner with sketches like these. I guess. Oh. He's clearly lying. Wait, is there any particular reason why the Winter Autumn wing looks so... Some of the decorations from one and the other is by accident. Did we do the what's it called? Let's see, give me a few of these cloths. They light up when you attach them to a special device. How many did she give you exactly? 4, I believe. There were 4 luminous cloths in the autumn wing, but I'm sure I saw another one somewhere. I get the feeling Miss Bound is hiding something. Ah. The winter wing photo then? The hunt is on. The truth will come out. But I don't know what that's about. Ping! The hunt is on. Okay, we don't have enough to answer her yet. Offender. Judy Bounds. Tell me, Fender, what kind of person is Miss Bound? Huh? Wait a minute. Don't tell me you got a thing for her, Milester. I do not. Whoa, chill, chill. I'm just yanking your chain. Anyway, what can I say about Jews? Well, she's a real brave trooper for one. What else do you call someone who waits around for 18 whole years like she has for Samson? Even after his extended family kicked her out of this place. Ah, whoa. Ah, you know what? What? They threw her out. Yup. Jews wasn't technically part of the family, so there was nothing she could do. She had nothing, nobody, and no job after Samson took the fall. So she had no choice but to take what he taught her and make her own way into showbiz. She's retired from all that now, though. Yes, why did she retire? Ah, she'd finally made enough to buy the old place back. She even got the ultimate cookbook back from the Tangaroa group after they basically stole it. Aha, there we go. She definitely set this up. I guess this place, and well, everything to do with it was all she ever cared about. So she just wanted it back. All of it. Fender seems very sympathetic to Miss Bound's plight. But from a less charitable perspective, she has, in a way, taken everything of Mr. Tangaroa's for herself. Yeah. I don't think she's innocent. She definitely knows the ultimate cookbook contains instructions on how to create the poison gas. And the current owner of that book is none other than Miss Judy Bound. No way, you mean? I'm afraid I do. Miss Bound would have been perfectly capable of setting up the gas trap. Finally, we can prove that she's been lying to us. Oh, Miss Judy Bound. The ultimate cookbook? What kinds of pharmaceutical recipes are in the ultimate? Oh, there are so many. It would take a while to go through all of them. But if you really want to know, well then let's start the show. Come join me as we sing this song. It's a nifty, thrifty 2-hour long. And now, one by one, we'll sing the things that's the world's best little cookbook brings. What do you think, Mr. Edgers? Want to listen to the rest? No, that won't be necessary. Oh wait, maybe we just question her. Or rather, we completed but I don't have the evidence. What? You think we do this then? The hunt is on. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-da, bum, bum. Poison gas ingredient? What? Huh. If I talk to somebody? We need to... Huh. I couldn't present anything during that. Pamphlet, maybe? You were a very successful actress, Miss Bound. Why did you decide to become a gallery owner? You know, the two things don't feel all that different to me. Movies, musicals, confectionery, sculptures, art. They're all the same, really. They all have the same aim in mind. To evoke an emotional response. Okay. That's what all artists strive for. So is that what Larry's is striving for too? Let's get one thing straight. Try as Larry might. A fancy name does not an artist make. It's called skills. The hunt is on. I don't know what that's about. This lift cart, I heard it was used 18 years ago, too. That's right. I was in another room earlier until I brought it out here. It's very useful for moving large, heavy objects around. But why is it wet? Was it used to carry something wet? The hunt is on. The truth will come out. But I don't know what that's about. Okay. Some of the evidence, I thought, well, I know what I need to question her about, but she's not answering about anything. What about this? Huh. I guess we're doing all the evidence on Judy. The artist stuff, yeah. What about this then? No? I thought it would be the ultimate cookbook. But it wasn't that. The blowtorch? No. It's apparently none of these things. Okay. Why can't I get a new reaction out of her, though? I don't have the evidence to prove it just yet. How do I prove? Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm calling my next picture book. Verity's Grand Gavelling Gala. We're the sequel to Franzi Whippy with Trip. And another guaranteed best-selling blockbuster. Larry, can you please focus on the piece of evidence I'm showing you? Huh? Oh, were you saying something? Ignored by Larry of all people. Hoo-wee, this page is a real beauty, right? I'm really done my subject's justice here. Which one's your favorite? Oh, I really couldn't decide. They're all perfect in their own way. I'm sure you think of all your portraits are perfect, don't you? Of course not. Not everybody's a suitable subject, you know. Take you, for example. You're the dictionary definition of super hot mess. I don't resemble that description, do I? You know, I think Larice Dunim's onto something. Okay, how do we get her to testify? You read? Of course I have. I'm a pharmacist, you know, and even if I do wear a big pink hat. Well, so do I, dearie. So do I. Aren't you a sweetheart my little tooth decay? Since when were you interested in pharmaceuticals? Shh! I'm working my magic, Mr. Edgeworth. Buttering her up so she'll do what I want. Anyway, Miss Scone, Delicia, I was wondering if you could maybe... No! How many times, you chinky little imp? Once your name's decided, I can't change it. Dang. So much for the sneaky approach. What kind of great thief am I? Not a very good one. I'm confused. What do I guess I missed something, right? But, we can try showing Vendor, I guess. The ultimate cookbook. I bet there's some hunting recipes in there, huh? And any of you might be interested. Who, me? Not that I can think of. What about you, Kay Storino? I guess I'd like to be a genius and invisible. Oh, and able to fly. We're talking about medicines here, Kay, not miracles. Oh, I think I get it. So this is it, huh? I think you're unraving this whole mystery. Yes, perhaps. Great. You, keep hold of it then, yeah? Quickly now, back in your pocket it goes. Oh. We're missing something, but what am I missing, dude? Oh, one of those pieces of cloth went missing 18 years ago. Hard to lose something like that, right? Listen up to the dang Christmas. It's possibly no one just happened to have found it, although the more likely scenario is somebody decided to play hide the thimble. The question is who? What am I missing, though, is the question. Like, I have answers to things, but... Judy didn't want to answer anything. Eustace Winner. I do mind, actually. I mean, I guess they moved. You can't leave. There's some piece of evidence I miss. Why is it wet? The cart. But why is it wet? I can't press her on that though, bro. Like, this would be a great time to make some deductions, but it's not letting me. I guess we just question everybody for everything, huh? Okay. I must kind of skim through these though, sorry. Indecent snack. Instant snacks. No, wait. Ironic strudels? See? There's so many options, I just can't pick one. Huh. Sometimes I seriously don't know whether Fender is being serious or not. And this is one of those times. Nope, okay. I have no idea where to go. Like, I have answers, but I don't know where you want me to go. Great, you hold on to it. I mean, I think we do need more information from her, I guess, maybe? Luminous Claw. Grimy, how rude. Uh-huh. Now she answered that, though. Requiem? Knows how to hold a gun doesn't mean they've shot anybody now, does it? I'm not accusing you of anything. And just because I'm a confectioner, that doesn't mean I can cook. Oh, maybe if we had... What about her in the picture? Silly old me, but... That's right, you seem to caught the artist's eye. You mean lovely Laurie Lambkin? I'll have to have a word with him and say thanks. Well, I'd be glad to introduce you. And there's that evil smirk. Uh-huh. Smilesy. And then sprinkle a few. There'll be no need for that. Maybe if I do this to... Maybe if I tell Fender about that. I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing here. Yeah, that's it. Oh. Come on. I have the knowledge of why she... Oh, I think I get it, yeah. I might have to look this up. Or I'm missing a vital piece of evidence, or K. About the case. Still don't have enough evidence to pierce the fog, huh? In that case, we'll just have to look for some more. That won't be necessary. Okay, I have all the information. Sounds good to me. Have at it, Mr. Azrren. I have everything. You mustn't forget to judge a book by its cover, though I do have my doubts. Is that it for Miss Bound? Should talk to Fender and Miss Scone and see what they have to say on the matter. Okay, teapot or like the poisoning, I guess. Nope, nothing from him. Nothing from him. Again. He does mention this, but... not miracles. Fender and Miss Scone. Uh-huh. What about the teapot, I guess? Oh, you really do care. Nope. We went through this conversation too. Like, I have so many answers, but the game doesn't want to... Yes, we went through this. We got her to talk about that. Luminous Claw. Yes, guilty. I see. We had that information, though. What? What? Where do I go from here? Do I present to K? I don't know. I'll present to K too. If you feel you gotta grab something, you should just go ahead and grab it, even if it's worthless. Yeah. The Ultimate Cookbook. The Ultimate Cookbook. I like the sound of that. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, you're starting to sound like a broken record. And just what do you think I am? A great thief. Exactly, the great thief Yatagarasu. And the only thing I steal is the truth. And why does the cookbook appeal to you so much? I don't have a reason to like something, okay? I guess we save real quick. Investigating the fountain room. I missed something. But what? Like, there's deductions I can make too, but... Oh. I don't have the evidence to prove it just yet. What? I know where this came from. Is it this? Nope. What? I'm so lost, bro. What am I missing? I guess Fender and Miss Cone. We'll go through everything. Yep, that's her basic response. Basic response. Blowtorch. Basic response. The cloth she's gonna mention. Yes, we went through this though. Ah. That's what gives you the Luminous Cloth. I have everything. How to make poison. How to make the poison. Yes. That's my cookbook. She has a response to that, but we already went through that. Oh, quite interesting. What about the fingerprints that are completely irrelevant at this point in the case? Who knew you can make a lamp out of rock salt? Of course you can, dear. You wouldn't want to get wet, but it's fireproof, and ever so sturdy. sturdy enough to make for a surprisingly good murder weapon. In fact, yeah. I mean, no, that the bullet in this lamp probably broke because it was used in the murder. But then, what happened to the other one? Okay, that didn't help. That's good to know. Didn't help. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. I'm gonna ask everybody everything. Irrelevant. This photo, which we already went through. And irrelevant. It's not Scone. It's not Scone. Fender. Let's go to Fender. I'm so confused. I'll even do the badge. I'll do the badge on Judy too after this. Yes, yes. Relevant. I'm missing something. No, irrelevant. Is irrelevant. I have to look at the thing, bro. Dark shade of blue. And being around such a calming color from time to time just might make me do... It's also the right color for sneaking around in dead night. But I need something a lot brighter if I wanted to make a big splashy entrance. You can do both with this cloth through the power of buttons, though. Oh yeah! In that case, I'll take 5. This is what we need, I think. These must be the switches that change the color of the cloth. Let's see if they work. Oh. Oh well, the cloth has certainly changed color. Into a very nice icy blue. Cloth went missing. Only to be found 18 years, yes. There was another one that was all lit up and draped around the Pisces section. May have a connection to both the... Yes. Okay. I forgot to inspect my fucking thing. Pop is wet. Maybe somebody used it to move something liquidy around. Yes, but the question is who and what. I'm hating that these aren't giving me a thing. Oh. It looks like that pedal lets you adjust the height of the platform, mister. Indeed, let's give it a try. You would, Kay. On it! Ta-da! A single person could transport quite a heavy load using one of these. I'll say, I bet I could even cart Gummy off with it. And for what purpose exactly, may I ask? Top of a platform is wet. Maybe. Doing what? Okay, that didn't help. I can't interact with that. I can deduce, bro. I can deduce here. What do I deduce here then? Okay, this is what I need to do. But something about it is neck. It's the color. It's the color. There we go. Now we're back on track, dude. Fucking hell. I can't believe that took me that long. Larry, could I ask you something about your sketches? Huh? Fascinated by the work of great Louis Dunim, huh? It's the composition, right? Not exactly. This light blue tablecloth, you painted that exactly as you saw it, correct? I already told you, man. Everything is exactly as I saw it. I noted this in my brain, but I didn't think to go back and deduce it. But the tablecloth on the cart here in this room is white. Oh, wow. Your head's so full of crazy theories, the simple stuff just passes you right by, huh? What's that look for? Listen, just before I drew that sketch, I was in the middle of some business with the cart with the tea set on it, okay? What kind of business? That's right. It was hiding the pieces of the teapot I smashed kind. That's nothing to boast about. Anyway, I was still in the middle of cleaning it all up when Judy came out of the winter wing. I didn't want to get busted for breaking the pot, so I quickly dove out of sight. Yep, now we're getting there. Oh, wait, Miss Bound came out of the winter wing. Yeah, and she was pushing a cart, a different one. Oh, that's the one with the light blue tablecloth on it that I drew. Aha. And what did she do with the second serving cart? Well, I saw her wheel it into the summer wing, but I don't know what happened to it after that. But when she came back out, she was pushing one of those other carts, the kind you can lift stuff with. A lift cart? Yeah, so I called out to her, but she ran off and left it behind. That's the one room we haven't been in. I never had her down as the shy type, so... But it goes to show, you never know. Another serving cart and a lift cart. Is there many... Maybe another tea set, too? Oh. We'd better check with Miss Bound. There we go. Fucking hell. How long did that take me to find out? When I could have asked her about this, like, ages ago. Are there 2 serving carts here at the gallery, Miss Bound? Oh, yes. Why do you ask? A certain so-called artist showed us the sketch. I couldn't help but notice the color of the tablecloth. It's light blue. Light blue? I'm afraid your friend must be mistaken. I only use white tablecloths, freshly laundered and starched. Like the perfect wrinkle-free one on the cart here in the fountain room, right? Exactly. If I saw so much as a blemish, I would replace it right away. But the color of the tablecloth in the sketch simply be a mistake on Larry's part. Do you have any idea of what might have been doing when this sketch was drawn? Let me see. I appear to be carrying one of my usual duties. Dude, if this is a captive, I'd like to ask you a little more about these duties, if I may. Oh, your work. What exactly were you doing when this sketch was drawn? Because, from what I can see, your cart doesn't have a tea set on it. I was delivering some chocolates to the investigating officers. Aw, now I'm jealous. I love chocolate. Oh well, there are a few left over, so here, for you both. I made them myself. I hope you like them. Woohoo! Thanks, Miss Bound. Well, why not? They're a little melted, but I suppose that's because they've been sitting around in her pocket. They're super sweet. I love them. I'm very glad to hear it. They may not be the prettiest, but I'm grateful for the energy boost nonetheless. Though, perhaps they could do with a little less sugar. I can't believe that was the thing I missed, bro. Alright, whatever. And that's that. All that's left now is to await the results of the test on the teapot. To be continued. Bum, bum, bum. Alright. I spent like, what, 20 minutes just wandering around trying to figure this shit out? Oh my god. One second. Judy Bounds' testimony. Yep. The test results have just come in, sir. Traces of ubiquitin were found in the teapot. They were. Just like Mr. Edgeworth said. Uh-huh. Curse you! You'd better not think this means you beat me. For I am the winner. You really need to drop this accession with coming in first, Mr. Winner. We're all on the same side here, remember? We're all trying to get to the truth. What? But first is best. Everybody knows it's better to be a winner than a loser. That's really no way for a prosecutor to think. Not a successful one, anyway. What? But I... Eustace, enough. Mr. Edgeworth, please refrain from taunting the boy. Ignore him, Eustace. He isn't worthy of your attention. But Gavel! Oh, all right. Why don't I take care of things here for now? In the meantime, you can perform the far more important task of going and checking on the victim. Oh, yes. Good idea. I'll be right back. Excellent. We shall see you shortly, then. Mr. Winner's annoying, but totally harmless. Judge Gavel, on the other hand. Now... Miss Bound, perhaps you could explain why traces of ubiquitin were found in your teapot. I had no idea there was anything like that in there. Perhaps it's one of the ingredients in the dishwashing soap I use. So you are telling the court that you did not intentionally put ubiquitin in the teapot? Yes. Exactly. Why would I? Until today, I had no idea that it could even be used to make poison gas. Uh-huh. Quite nervous. Objection! You're a trained actress, are you not, Miss Bound? I'd have thought you would be a more convincing liar. What do you mean? You have access to the Ultimate Cookbook, correct? A book that just happened to contain instructions on how to create the poison gas used in the attack. Meaning, it's perfectly possible for you to know exactly how to make it. Bang. The fan has the guard. You're very well informed, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Bound, is what Mr. Edgeworth said true? The book does contain information on how to make poison gas, yes. But the fact that I have seen it doesn't make me guilty. I ask exactly how the gas was triggered. The victim used a blowtorch to heat the lid on it. To heat the lid of one of the display cases, thereby melting the ubiquitin. I see. But he locked himself in the room too, didn't he? Surely that was that and the fact that he triggered it himself. Wouldn't it point to it being a suicide attempt? So she is not willing to admit anything. Furthermore, where would I have gotten hold of Infestite Ultra? Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you stole it. You know, I did bump into Moody Judy a week or so ago. And that very evening, I noticed my Infestite Ultra had gone missing. Judy, surely you didn't. Alicia, carry your bag of pharmaceuticals with you everywhere, don't you? There would have been any number of opportunities for someone other than myself to steal it from you. That's true, and I don't have any hard evidence that it was definitely Miss Bound who stole it. Jude, there's clearly something you're not telling us. Why don't you just come clean, We all know you never hurt somebody for no reason, so... Not you too. You think I'm guilty as well, Mr. Fender? Can you blame me? Got one wing disguised as another. A gas trap in one of the display cases. And you're the proprietor of the establishment. It's looking a lot like you did it, kiddo. You've got this all wrong. You have to remember the gallery doesn't have any security cameras, nor any security personnel. If some ill-mentioned person or other wanted to get in undetected, I don't think they had much a problem. Wow, you're practically asking to be burglarized. You need to be more careful. The great thief could have a field day in here. And I don't think she's joking. And actually, it seems that Mr. Gusto did, in fact, enter the gallery before it opens. Whoa, sheesh! Judy's one tough cookie. She's not budging an inch. Maybe it's time to rock a little technique Gregory taught me back in the day. And what technique might that be? So, hear me out. Everything's connected to what happened 18 years back, yeah? Are we gonna have a new mechanic? And since we're not getting anywhere by focusing only on the here and now, maybe we ought to approach this from a different angle and look at the past for clues instead. A turnabout in thinking. So, my father used this method as well. Alright, let's run this through the old Thinkatron. How was Juice involved in what happened back then? According to Miss Bound, it was because of her that Mr. Frost's flavored ice sculptures melted. And yet, the sculptures are here on display at this very gallery today. Is it possible that she... Thank you, Fender. I think I know what I need to ask Miss Bound now. Oh, don't thank me, thank your pops. Now take it away, Milesy. I'll grab the popcorn. Miss Bound, you say that you were the one who caused Mr. Frost's creations to melt 18 years ago, correct? I'm afraid so. I was young and foolish, and it was a terrible accident. And yet, what you did allowed you to open this exhibit now. What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean, Mr. Azrren? If you're going to ask such questions, perhaps a formal testimony from Miss Bound might be best. Yes, perhaps it might. I'd like to know a little more about the Zodiac Hall. And about why Miss Bound decided to dedicate this space to Mr. Frost's work. Very well. If you believe it to be relevant to the case, I will allow it. You know, it is kind of true. Why go for Frost when she's supposed to be a Bound? Not Bound. Tangaroa. Miss Bound, would you mind? Not at all. I'll do whatever it takes to prove that I'm innocent. Then please, if you could give us some background on the Zodiac Hall and the pieces on display here. It took 18 years, but at long last, I was finally able to buy Samson's home back a little while back. But a place like this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery. To that end, I collected as many Paul Halik pieces as I could from around the world. Because, if I'm honest, it's always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work. Thank you for your testimony, Miss Bound. How wonderful it is that you were able to fulfill your dream. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, everything seems entirely above board to me. And Judge Gavelle, that was simply the witness's preliminary statement. As you surely know, the value of testimony cannot be evaluated without due cross-examination. Spoken like a true attorney. Very well. You may do what you must. Rebuttal. I'm oppressor. Took 18 years. Why 18 years? 18 years. You must have gone through a lot to buy it back, Miss Bound. This home, this place, such memories abound. I couldn't stand to lose what I had found. Samson, I did what I had to do to see that home was waiting here for you. How does she make it look so easy? Ooh la la. I'll say, I wouldn't expect anything less from a trained triple threat performer. You could continue your testimony, Miss Bound, minus the singing, if you please. A place like this is expensive to maintain. You manage a gallery by yourself, Miss Bound. Yes, well, we only opened today, so I haven't done much actual managing yet. I have to keep the mansion going. I can't have it falling down around my ears. Samson could come home any day after all. So she really got the house back for him. I'm sorry, Judy. I wish I could have done more. Oh, you've done plenty, Mr. Fender. Anyone should have done more. It's me. Even if the only thing I can do right now is keep this place safe for Samson. Huh.
Hold it!
Selected Paul Halise. Paul Halise. That was Mr. Frost's pseudonym, correct. Yes, he adopted it while he was working as a sculptor in France. I see. I'm curious about some of the pieces in your collection, more specifically. How you were able to acquire the Taurus and Gemini sculptures. It is my understanding that Mr. Frost died before he can complete them. Yes, I was able to create replicas of the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures he made. Really? Perhaps you can go into some more detail on that. Replicas. Is she the real Paul Halise then? I've always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work. She's the real Paul Halise, which means she's the real partner of Gusto, which would be reasonable, because she can't cook. Tell me more about this dream of yours, Miss Bound. Well, what I really wanted was to open a gallery with Samson, of course. Uh-huh. A gallery of dance, a gallery of song, a gallery of guy and candy all day long. That was the idea anyway. And here I thought art was to be appreciated in silence, not accompanied by musical numbers. Alas, Mr. Tangaroo transgressed against the edicts of the goddess of justice. And as such, that part of your dream may go permanently unfulfilled. No, Samson is. He's innocent. That awful prosecutor refused to listen, but it's true. He never hurt anyone. Mr. Tangaroa gave a false confession in order to protect Miss Bound. The two of them really did what they could to protect one another, didn't they? Able to create replicas. These photos you mentioned, you mean the ones you took yourself in Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago? Yeah. You certainly know a lot about what happened back then, Mr. Edgewood. So these statues in the Winter Wing were just copies. And I didn't even get to see them before they melted. No, the sculptures in questions were definitely not replicas. Which means that Miss Bound is lying. I know. It's such an awful shame. And after we went to the trouble to recreate them, too. They weren't replicas. They're on there, the very ones from 18 years ago. I need to show her that I'm aware of that, or I'll never get to the truth. But they melted. I mean, it's fair. No. Or you could take a look at my latest dance routine instead. I'm quite proud of it. Hey, your dance routine has nothing to do with this case, but neither does that piece of evidence, Mr. Edgewood. Ah! I just wanted to see your dance routine, okay? Shall I continue? Replicas. A replica of the... Wait, Winterwing is supposed to be Parson Gemini. Right.
Objection!
No. Ah, well. How do we prove the sculptures are... They're not the same ones, though. I mean... They're definitely not replicas. How do you know they're not replicas? Huh. Man, this case is throwing me for a loop now. This is about the body. I could try this.
Objection!
Yeah, okay. I'm afraid you've run out of road, Miss Bound. You can lie all you like, but you can't deny the results of the test conducted on the sculpture's remains. And those tests leave no room for ambiguity. What you had on display weren't replicas. They were the very statues Mr. Frost carved 18 years ago. Oh, I can probably help explain how they worked it out, if you like, dear. It's the sugar, you see. You might think sugar is sugar, but the composition is actually very unique. You'd probably recreate the statues, but the sweet secret of their chemical makeup? No chance. Thank you, Miss Scone. I don't recall asking for her help, but still. But it's simply, the statues didn't disappear back then because they melted. Ah. They disappeared because you spirited them away and kept them hidden for these 18 long years. That makes a lot more sense. They didn't melt. Oh, wait. She kept a pair of flavored ice sculptures around somewhere for all that time. Hey, it's not the most out there idea in the world. Assuming you had a big enough icebox. Ah, quite. All of you. Spound, have you anything to say in your defense? It would have been very hard to preserve for 18 years. So you've already learned that much. Should I take that to mean you admit to having hidden the flavored ice sculptures in question? No, I admit no such thing. I haven't proven that I was the one who took the statues away. And you won't, because it would have been impossible for me to do so in the first place. There is conveniently another room we have yet to be in. The police were already here when they disappeared. How could I have done it without them noticing? How indeed. I don't yet know exactly how you did it, but I'm far from ready to say that it was impossible for you to have stolen them away. Oh, you're a very persistent man, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? I am indeed, and I won't stop until I get to the truth. I see. Then I'd better tell you exactly what I did that day 18 years ago. The whole time before judging began, I was waiting upstairs in our living area on standby. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. But before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Later, around when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everyone present. That was when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost's room. And those were my movements on the day it all happened. I hardly see how you could take issue with any of that. That's for us to decide, Miss Bound. Are you saying there's a contradiction in her story, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm more focused on proving the fact that she did indeed steal the statues. The question is, when she would have had the opportunity to do so. If I can pinpoint that, I might be able to prove what exactly she got up to. If she stole the statues, it means the past case is also a setup by her. Which could mean if that is true, then everything, this is a setup by her. She set up herself though, is what I don't get. I'm Oppressor.
Hold it!
And what were you doing while you were waiting? I was in my room practicing some dance routines. I was on a TV show called Bacon Bop with Samson, you see. Bacon Bop? What kind of show was it? It was a children's show. The two of them would sing and dance as they made a variety of sweets. Oh, whoa, that sounds awesome. Uh-huh. Hold the phone. Miles, you used to watch it? My father introduced me to it. I may have watched an episode or two. You did see the episodes. Aww. So, Miss Bound passed the time before the judging began by practicing her dance routines. I don't think so. That can't have been the moment she did it. I'd better listen carefully to what she said.
Hold it!
Had to go change the camera. Were you the only one who was able to move around freely during the judging? Well, I wouldn't say freely exactly, but I was able to move around more easily than the contestants, yes. Even so, I could hardly have spirited away the sculpture while Samson was standing right there, could I? And I ran off to change the film as soon as he asked me. I wouldn't have had time. So, changing the film and the camera is requested by Mr. Tangaroa. No. That can't have been the moment she did it. I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Oh, you entered the room containing Mr. Tangaroa's work before bringing the camera back to him, correct? Yes, I heard the sound of something collapsing. Samson, are you in here? Ah! The sound of the chocolate chip falling over after a certain someone took a bite out of one of the supports. And Mr. Tangaroa was still in Mr. Gusto's room when you found the body. Yes, I'm fairly sure that was the case. He was judging each room in order, and he liked to take his time. Possibly. I think it's here.
Hold it!
Just as you did today. Yes, I went around and offered everyone who's working on the investigation a cup of tea. Oh, present company included. I remember it well. You were here, there, upstairs, downstairs, everywhere with that little card of yours. Interesting. And did anything strike you as strange around that time? Oh yeah. Gregory was singing the praises of Judy's tea, and I think he mentioned the saucer was cold. His saucer was cold. Cold plates. This was the moment. Miss Bound, I believe this was when you stole the sculptures. I hate to contradict you, but the fountain room was full of witnesses at that point, Mr. Fender included. You suggesting that I somehow got the sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room, right under everyone's noses? Ah, dude, if I thought about it, I probably... I have cool plates written down. If I thought about it, I could have remembered. But it happened so long ago. At this point, that is precisely what I'm suggesting. Miss Bound stole those ice sculptures, and she did it by hiding them here. I mean, obviously, it was like because it was during the serving routine.
Take that!
I forgot about the cool plate momentarily, though. God damn it. My father and Fender had no idea that one of the sculptures were mere inches away from them. Because it wasn't just a tea set you were pushing around, Miss Bound, but a hidden ice sculpture in a glass case. Ah!
Overruled!
Surely such a thing would have been impossible. How would a case of that size fit a serving cart? It would have been spotted immediately.
Objection!
Who said anything about a serving cart? Oh, well, I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you suggesting she used instead? I'm suggesting that Miss Bound used this to transport the sculptures. A lift.
Take that!
And this is... the cart that Miss Bound used to move the flavored ice sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago. And it would appear that the very same cart is still here with us in this fountain room. Uh-huh. We originally bought it with us for use in the contest. And you're saying that Miss Bound laid Mr. Frost's sculpture onto this cart and carried them all. I am. As you can imagine, all one would need to do is lay the case on its side, add a tablecloth, and voila! It looks exactly like a normal serving cart, thus allowing her to move the sculptures around freely. Ah! Can it be? Holy moly, of course! That's why those sauces were so chilly. They were sitting on top of a big block of ice. Jeez, how could you? Impressive. Failing yourself as a culinary expert. Have to serve hot food with hot plates, cold food with cold plates. Then again, you are Mr. Gregory Edgeworth's son. I should have expected no less. There isn't a scrap of evidence that I stole the sculptures all those years ago now, and yet I knew that no matter what I say or did, I'd always be under a cloud of suspicion. So you admit it now. You admit that you stole them from Mr. Frost's room. Yes, I do. I took the sculptures and their glass cases out of that room 18 years ago. Okay. This changes things, though. Why would she recreate the setup for her, the thing she had participated in? Is my thing, right? As Mr. Edgeworth found correctly deduced, I dressed up the lift cart as a serving cart to do. Also happens to be coming out of the winter room. If I thought about that, and slipped it. Again, this was literally the entrance to the case, though. So it's like you're paying attention, but you're not thinking about certain things yet. I slipped in and out of Mr. Frost's room while I was going around serving tea to everyone. In the end, I'd removed not only the sculptures, but the flavored ice zodiac blocks as well. Zodiac blocks? I feel like I've seen them for myself before. There's a huge block of ice on display here. It must be incredibly heavy, though maybe not. What with it being hollow on the inside? The Winter Wing really is an exact replica of Mr. Frost's room from 18 years ago. And then, even though my father never saw them because they already melted, the Zodiac blocks must have been in the victim's room back then as well. When I had finished moving the 2 ice sculptures and the 2 zodiac blocks out, I took 2 fresh, empty cases to Mr. Frost and put them where the original 2 had been. Only the sculptures had been kept in glass cases, you see, to prevent them from being damaged. The blocks were a little more robust, so they had been displayed as is. As stated in the contest rules, we were responsible for providing all display materials, including cases. Meaning, it would have been easy for her to prepare those empty spares she swapped in. Mr. Frost's room contained quite a few other flavored ice works in progress. I figured if I melted them down somehow, the resulting puddle would look like it came from the sculptures. And that is how the sculptures from 18 years ago came to be in the Winter Wing today. I have to say, Mr. Edgeworth, that's quite the confession. Indeed, and I think she offered it so willingly because she knows there's nothing we can do with it. That's all I have to tell you. However, despite everything I've shared, you can't charge me with anything now, can you? What? How'd you figure that? Oh my. I would have thought you might know at least this much, given we're at a crime scene. Oh, she was shocked at... Okay. I suggest you memorize the various statutes and limitations outlined in this book. Statues for the dummies. Oh, that's a cute... Statues of what? Simply put, Kay. I know this one. What are the other ones, though? Theft. 7 years from the date of the... From the date of the crime. Okay. Murder. 15 years from the date of the crime. Statute suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. The statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of the trial. Okay. Prosecutors only have a certain amount of time within which they can put a suspect on trial for a given crime. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Oh, I just read it. So, it's different for every crime. Murder 15 years. Theft 7 years. Ah! Yes, Miss Bound stole the ice sculptures 18 years ago. So it's too late to have her arrested for that crime. I don't believe it. Theft is a serious matter, especially when it involves the removal of evidence from a crime scene. However, as you yourself just pointed out, Miss Bound can no longer be prosecuted for her crime. Rendering your revelation rather pointless, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Objection!
Objection. I wouldn't be so sure about that. For you see, the theft of the ice sculptures isn't my principal interest here. I find that the body that reappeared 18 years after the theft to be considerably more interest. Are you suggesting that I also hid Mr. Frost's body? I am, indeed. How do you keep a body hidden for 18 years without anybody finding it? By hiding it in a very unusual way. Oh, now this is interesting. Are you telling me that you know where the body has been all this time, Mr. Edgeworth? It's not such a big leap if you think about what Miss Bound has told us already. Let's just say it wasn't just flavored ice that she removed from Mr. Frost's body room back then. Very well. If you're confident in this claim, let's put it to the test. Huh. Where? I don't know. Huh. I mean, there's blood in here, right?
Take that!
This is where Miss Bound. I'm afraid. Oh, wait. Come. Show me how exactly the bit. Nay. She's right. That wouldn't work at all. You have nothing to contribute. Body was hidden. You don't have a display case, so...
Take that!
I should have saved, bro. Huh, okay. Huh. Where was it hidden? Where exactly was Mr. Frost's body hidden?
Take that!
I'm afraid you'll have to demonstrate. Yes, yes. Huh. I don't know how to answer this. It could. I thought it was one of the statues, maybe, but apparently not.
Take that!
There we go. It is one. Photograph of Mr. Frost's. It is the blanket covered, and of the victim's body, Your Honor. You will have to forgive me. I don't see what you mean. Where exactly in this photograph is Mr. Frost's body? It's hiding right here. Or it could be under, but I think it's the luminous cloth. The Gemini sculpture. Yes, it may look like a sculpture at first glance, but it is in fact Mr. Frost's corpse. What? Surely you can't be serious. Fine. I don't see anything in the photograph to support such a wild claim.
Objection!
Damn. Alright. That was roughly what I wanted to say, and I thought about it too. Huh. This case got me, though. I'm confused about it still. That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to hide the body in plain sight. And what piece of evidence might that be? Luminous cloth. I know this answer. One of the cloths from the autumn wind. Yes, when it's made to glow in just the right way, it's so visually convincing, you might mistake it for ice. Isn't that right, Miss Scone? Well, yes, dear. You can make it look just like about anything, really, even blazing fire. And the right shade of blue would make it look like ice, yes? Exactly like it, in fact.
Overruled!
It is not the case that a certain special device is needed to generate these colors, though.
Objection!
If you would care to take another look at the photograph in the winter wing, Your Honor. I knew it, the luminous cloth. You'll notice that a small box connected to the bottom of the Gemini display case. That's one of the very light-emitting devices in question. Detective Gumshoe even confirmed its presence. In fact, this particular device went missing 18 years ago. Back then, it was no doubt firmly connected to the cloth inside the display case, which means Miss Bound had no choice but to take it with her when she removed the sculpture. Aha. So you see, this cloth and the light-emitting device were being used to create the illusion that Mr. Frost's body was, in fact, a statue carved from mice. No, this can't be. Wait, so you're telling me that when we took that photo of us in the winter wing, yes, we were standing right in front of the body. I thought that photo would be evidence. God damn it. The body. But the body and the cloth were both rediscovered from the fountain. Why were they found there? The body was supposed to be in the winter wing disguised as a skull. Because there would have been no mystery as to how the body had been hidden if we had found it as is. Miss Bound needed to remove Mr. Frost from the winter wing in order to throw us off the scent. Ridiculous. I don't recall her sneaking around behind our backs to throw a body in the fountain. No, and she didn't need to, because she had another method at her disposal. Her trusty lift cart. The same cart that had proved so useful in executing her original theft. Oh, ah! I believe she wheeled the body into one of the other wings and floated it down the stream to the fountain. The frozen body, being quite solid, probably got stuck somewhere along the way. Which is why only the cloth appeared at first, the cloth Miss Scone discovered. And then the body followed afterwards once it had thawed enough. It's an ingenious theory, Mr. Azrren, but can you prove that it was me? It seems a little unfair to expect me to accept your accusations without proof, don't you? What about an eyewitness? You think somebody might have spotted her when she was moving the body? As of a matter of fact, I do. And the contradiction in the piece of evidence I was provided will shed light on exactly how Miss Bound moved the body as well. Well, Mr. Azrren, do you have any evidence to support your allegation? Of course. I have a piece of very compelling proof right here. Then please present it to the court. This is Larry's photo. Or drawing. Cryogenics then? There's more to this case, though. And why recreate it? They didn't achieve their original goal. And it was worth recreating 18 years ago. Really recreating. And I think it has to do with this family photo. But why, though? Like, something we don't know about yet is what I think it is, unfortunately.
Take that!
Judge Gavel gets to see her drawing. More drawings. And is that me? Yes, Mr. Butts drew sketches of people as they passed through the fountain room. What I'm interested in is the cart we see here. Miss Bound serving cart, what about it? You don't see it. She's using the same trick she used 18 years ago. Ergo, we know that Miss Bound was busy moving Mr. Frost's body when this picture was being drawn. What? What? If I may, I don't see Mr. Frost's body anywhere in that sketch. All I see is a picture of me delivering chocolates to everyone. Really? Then allow me to direct your attention to the color of the tablecloth, Miss Bound. I had originally thought that Mr. Butts had made an error, but he just assured me that couldn't possibly be the case. This tablecloth appears to be light blue. Yes, a shade of tablecloth that Miss Bound doesn't seem to own. The cloth only appears to be light blue due to the body hiding just underneath. What? But the shape of the cart is perfectly rectangular, just as one would expect. surely it would be immediately obvious that the tablecloth was being draped directly over the body.
Objection!
And not if the body had been placed inside one of the hollow zodiac blocks in the winter wing. Place one of those on the lift cart, and it's easily passed muster as a regular serving cart. Wouldn't you agree? Goddess of Justice. Miss Bound. Surely now you must admit that it was you who moved the body, just as you did 18 years ago. I didn't expect you to deduce all that from a single, simple sketch. But that sketch alone isn't really enough to prove your theory, is it? Oh, you needn't worry on that front. My case doesn't rest solely on Mr. Butts' artwork. Got her in that one. Once you have disposed of the body, your serving cart became a simple lift cart once more. Which is exactly what we discovered here in the fountain room. And without a serving cart, you had to find some place to put your chocolates. My chocolates, the ones I was handing out. As we saw in the sketch, you had originally placed them on top of the cart. The chocolates you gave us came from your pocket. Oh yeah, mine was half melted. Still super sweet and tasty though. Why did you suddenly feel the need to put the chocolates in your pocket, Miss Bound? Temperature control yet again. It was because you no longer had a serving cart to put them on, that's why. Ah! One moment, please. You have explained what Miss Bound did with the chocolates in the lift cart. But what about the tablecloth? Where did it go? Indeed. If stashing the chocolates in her pocket was the only solution she could think of, I doubt Miss Bound had the time to dispose of the entire tablecloth. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an answer for me? I sure do. Miss Bound didn't hide or dispose of the tablecloth, Your Honor. In fact, it's right here in front of us. Perhaps you would care to enlighten us. I would say in the fountain, but it's no longer in the fountain, I think, right? It's not on her person. Did she take it back? I think... It's Miss Scone has it, no? But... How do I say Miss Scone has it when that's not an option? In the fountain? I'll say in the fountain. There's no doubt in my mind that it's in the fountain. There's no doubt in my mind that if you would have already found it. That's what I thought. I hate to say it, Azrren, but there's no doubt in my mind that you made a little boo-boo here. Ah, it would seem so. I remember her wrapping a table. Ah! Interesting. I think that might prove on Miss Bound's person. Miss Bound has the tablecloth on her person and in plain view and value. That's white, though. In plain view. No, surely you wouldn't mean. Miss Bound. It's the cloth around your waist, isn't it? Ah! And given that the Zodiac blocks weren't kept in glass cases, that cloth would have been in direct contact with the ice. All we would need to do to confirm my theory is test the cloth for traces of sugar used in Mr. Frost's work. The game is up, Miss Bound. It's time to come clean. You won't need to test the tablecloth. Everything you said is true. I stole Delicia's Infestite Ultra, and I moved Mr. Frost's body. Aw, Crystal Tear. It was me. It was all me. Bro, that's a stretch, but sure, I guess. That's not big enough. That's a stretch when you had the fucking luminous cloth. Right? You had the luminous cloth. Okay, whatever. Delicia, I'm so sorry. Last week, I went into your bag and I took you. Uh-huh. And then I put it in his pocket, hoping to make it look like he had tried to do it himself. I also made sure to leave no fingerprints but yours, just in case the police suspected foul play. Judy, you... Oh gosh! Hey, Jude, why? Weren't you supposed to be on the same side? All fighting together to free Samson. We were, but I couldn't afford to get arrested. Not yet. Not until I'd finally proven that Samson is innocent. That is... I always planned to give myself up in the end, I swear. I know it's easy to say that now, but... Why do it this way, though? It's not like you. I'm sorry, Mr. Fender. I've caused you so much trouble. But I've been the guilty party all along. Ever since that day, 18 years ago. Her flair for the dramatic is... Are you trying to tell us that the true culprit of the IS-7 incident was you? I committed a terrible crime. I took those sculptures, and I stole them for purely selfish reasons. The moment Mr. Frost died, they became more than mere entries in a confectionery contest. They became the final work of Samson's favorite artist. Samson? I couldn't allow them to just melt away. Not before he came home. That meant I couldn't let anyone near them, not even the police. So I hid them. I knew it was wrong, but I just had to. I put them in the cold storage room for safekeeping. But what I had actually done was far worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. Because who would have thought that Mr. Frost's body itself was posing as one of the sculptures? So she didn't know about the body when she stole the sculptures. I think there's something wrong here. Samson is a kind man. A saint. He could never kill anyone, no one. Never. And yet, because of what I did, the police never found Mr. Frost's body and Samson was found guilty. After all he'd done for me, he was my family, the only family I ever had. And you just let him get convicted. He was the most important person in the entire world to me, and I... Judes, stop with this. After his conviction, I was forced out of our home. I was finally able to return only a few days ago, and when I did, I went to the cold storage room to check up on the sculptures. And that's when I saw it. Mr. Frost's body had been there the whole time. Of course, by that point, the statute of limitations had expired. So I did what I did today. This was the only way I could think of to make things right. Seems I've misunderstood her intentions. Everything she's done really has been for Mr. Tangaroa's sake. Hey, what are you thinking about, Mr. Edgewood? Something that's been puzzling me. Why did Miss Bound use poison gas? Why not a more reliable method? And why disguise the autumn wing as the winter wing? The only reason I can think of is to confuse someone who was here 18 years ago. Yeah, I wonder what she had in mind. She was trying to prove that Mr. Tangaroa is innocent. Miss Bound's ultimate goal must be to... not that. Find the true killer and ensure the body was found. I mean... You could say either way, I guess. Find the true killer. Could she have been trying to discover the identity of the true culprit? Miss Bound, your ultimate aim was to see Mr. Tangaroa cleared of all charges, correct? And to that end, you had to expose the real killer. And how the police find the body from 18 years ago. Is my understanding of your intentions correct? Exhibiting the sculptures was sure to force the killer to return to the crime scene. After all, they were the only person apart from you who knew that the body was hidden in the iceberg. They would be aware, I guess. So Gusto? I don't think it's Scone. So they would have freaked out, thinking the body was about to be discovered and come running, yeah? Exactly. The Miss Bound ran the risk that the killer might It is Gusto. Might successfully cover their tracks this time. In the worst case scenario, they might even have been able to remove Mr. Frost's body from the scene. So, how could she lure the true killer into revealing themselves without putting vital evidence at risk? Oh, I see what you're getting at. You're saying that's why the auto ring was, well, winter wingy. I am. You were betting on one thing, Miss Bound, weren't you? That whoever opened the Pisces case you had so carefully disguised as the Gemini case would be the real perpetrator of the IS-7 incident. No. But that would mean the real killer was... Enough. Not another word. You realize the implications of what you are saying, Mr. Edgeworth. You prepared to stand behind the accusation you are clearly about to make. Miss Bound set a trap for Mr. Frost's killer. Okay. So, I was actually kind of right. I don't know if I called Gusto out. Well, Gusto's the only one that was like conveniently left out. And I also saw the seahorse print, so maybe he's an assassin. But yeah. Meaning that whoever found themselves caught in the trap is highly likely to be the guilty party. But I lack the evidence to support such an assertion. TQ, someone without any evidence is not to be done lightly, so... Do I do it now? It feels like the game wants me to do it. Do we name him? Her real goal. Let's make the accusation. My ultimate goal is to see the truth exposed. And to do that, I need to seize the moment. Yes, Judge Gravel, I am prepared to stand behind my accusation. I know exactly who is to blame for the IS-7 incident.
Take that!
Mr. Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack, is the perpetrator behind the IS-7 incident. Gusty! Mr. Gusto. Miss Bound. As we have established, you knew that the opening of the gallery would lure in the real culprit. And you set up the poison gas trap in order to catch them. Do you dispute the facts thus far? You are a very impressive man, Mr. Edgeworth. And just like your father. And of course, you're absolutely right. Then, perhaps you could tell us exactly what happened in your own words. Of course, I have nothing to hide anymore. So I might as well tell you everything. As you said, I set a trap here in the gallery to try and catch Mr. Frost's killer. Before we opened, I made sure that the door to the Autumn Wing was the only one that was unlocked. When opening time came, I went around to unlock the doors to the various rooms, and found that the Autumn Wing had been locked from the inside. Kira was on the other side of the door. I thought, well, it frightened me. And then, she simply walked away, leaving him to fall victim to her poison gas trap. When I heard that Mr. Gusto was being treated for gas inhalation, that's when I knew he was the murderer. All that was left was for the police to find Mr. Frost's body, and then Samson would finally be proven innocent. At least, that was my plan. Jeez, why didn't you tell me? I know, you know I'm always here for you, right? We could have found another way. It didn't have to be like this. It didn't have to be 18 fucking years. Thank you, Mr. Fender. You've been so very kind to me all these years. But I'm the one who created this mess. So it was up to me to try and clean it up. I didn't care what it took, as long as I could get Samson out of that awful plate. Judy, Judy, Judy. 18 years ago, the police managed to cover up the fact that Mr. Frost's body had gone missing. If I went to them now and said it had reappeared, I was afraid that I might have tried to cover things up again. I was afraid they might have tried to cover things up again. That's fair, but also... that was still while the case was ongoing. You had a whole fucking year. You had a whole year to go look in your kitchen. So I worked to set off a very public incident here in the gallery. In front of as many witnesses as possible. I'm so sorry, Judy. You, Samson, Gregory. I let you all down. Fender, this can't be easy for him. No, I am the one who should be apologizing. Mr. Edward, Mr. Fender, I hope one day you can forgive me. And whatever punishment I have to face, I'm ready to accept it. But please, if I may ask one thing of you, is that you simply must clear Samson's name. Ah, the tear. The truth of these past 18 years has come to light was unexpected, to say the least, and yet, it has only set us down a path towards even more shocking end. To be continued. Ah, fuck. Okay. Um. Well, huh. The committee's view. I think I might have to end things here. I'm sorry I thought I'd finish. As usual, the case goes on longer than expected. Um, they need to resolve some things. Like, I really have been enjoying this case. Um, hmm. I think Gusto, Gusto wasn't involved enough, right? Like Gusto was the one that was happened to be absent of everything, so like I was kind of, because I was fully into Judy was setting it up, but like the reasoning behind why she was setting it up didn't make sense to me, and like they explained it just now, but it's a dumb reason if that makes sense. Um, but I mean, it wouldn't be our case right now if it wasn't a dumb reason, I guess. Huh. So there's still also the unwittingly stashing away the murder, the I don't know, the pH stuff and stashing away the murder body on like because she uh, and having the people believe that the statue's melted and like leaving a gaping hole in well her ability to fucking free the man she supposedly cared so much about doesn't really make sense. I mean, I get Von Karma was up to some shenanigans and but sure. Damn. Hmm. We'll have to see how this concludes, I guess, cuz damn, that the reveal kind of is almost killed it. I was like this was such a good case. where everyone involved had something going on with them. So like you didn't really know who was behind it. Especially like Judy was clearly up to some stuff. I'm just not sure her reasoning behind up to the thing she was up to is sound in totality, unless some major things get revealed in this final bit. Um, but anyway, that's gonna be it from me today. I hope you enjoyed. I'm Azrren, and I will be back on Friday. Friday, I believe. Or yeah, no, I have stuff to do tomorrow. Friday, I'll be back on Friday. So I'll see you around. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll get to the end of this case. Peace.